Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Skitty, up with some interesting news. Just recently found out that there will be a live action Gargoyles reboot. Now, I hear what you're saying. I'm excited, yeah, but I'm also worried. We're going to get into it after I tell you a little bit about Gargoyles if you're not familiar with the series. Back in the early 90s, there was a cartoon by the name of Gargoyles. Came out in 94. So this is where I'm going to tell you a little bit of the lore. I'm not going to give it away. You can watch this on Disney Plus. All right. 994 AD. Gargoyles and humans lived together in peace. Well, not all humans. Now, at the time, there was only one there was more than one gargoyle, but only one had a name. None of them had names until later on. Goliath was the leader of the Gargoyles. Well, originally Hudson was the leader of the Gargoyles, but then gave it to Goliath, but you'll find that later on in season 1. Now, back to, explaining Gargoyles. During this time, they were sworn to protect a certain castle in medieval Scotland. Now, they are gargoyles. So gargoyles, just like, we have gargoyles in real life, but not ones that come alive at night. Gargoyles on tops of churches and old buildings, they were made to ward off evil spirits, hence why gargoyles in the cartoon protect humans. Now here's where stuff gets messed up. There was a mission that was given to Goliath and a few members of his party to go search for these soldiers that were a threat to the kingdom. Come to find out, it's not really what went down. They met up with the soldiers, they defeated them, but they were too far from their castle, so they couldn't get back in time before daybreak. And when it comes daytime, that's when they turn to stone. Hence the phrase, stone by day, live by night. During this time, one of the humans that they were sworn to protect ended up making a deal with the opposing faction that was trying to destroy the castle. And since they attacked during the daytime, the leader of the opposing faction destroyed some of the gargoyles there. Now, with Goliath finding out what happened, he no longer trusted humans. Come on. You spend your life protecting people, and then the people that you grew up with betray you, do you dirty. And the curse is that they will be stoned until the castle rises above the clouds. Well, we go 1,000 years into the future, 1994. There is a rich man by the name of Xanatos who is really interested in mysticisms and lore. And he read about this curse. So he was like, I wonder if it's true. So with his money, he built a building. Now that I'm saying this to y'all out loud, Xanatos was a rich dude. Like, this dude was rich. He built a building that was tall enough and strong enough to hold a castle, a whole castle. Yeah, a whole castle above the clouds. When it came nightfall, the curse was broken. And they woke up in modern day New York. Now imagine that shock. You come from medieval Ireland where you don't see a TV screen, no electricity, none of that. Now you seen magic, But come on, man. It was like a shock to the brain when they woke up. Because in the beginning, like I said, Goliath was the only one that had a name. None of them had names, which is interesting. They didn't give themselves names until they got to New York. And they gave themselves the names of places in New York. So you got Hudson, Hudson River. I'm not too sure where Lexington is. But of course we know Brooklyn, Broadway, Bronx. Now these are the 4 that rode with Goliath. There was another gargoyle by the name of Demona, who at first was Goliath's love interest, but due to some shady stuff that, again, I'm not going into detail with, you're going to have to find out on Disney Plus, basically made her the villain for I say season 1, 2, and most of 3, because she had a little redemption thing going on there, because Goliath and her got a daughter. We're not again. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna do my usual spoil thing. So basically, when they woke up, it caused some ruckus because it's New York. People walking by, and all of a sudden these big ass boulders are dropping out of the sky. One of these boulders so happened to drop in front of Detective Eliza, who is the cop that does a little investigation to find out what Xanatos is up to. She already doesn't like the dude because she already know the dude be in some serious stuff. I would say he's a evil Tony Stark. You'll see what I mean once you watch the series. Yeah. Gargoyles gave us 3 seasons of great adventures. Coming from the first season of Gargoyles all the way down to the 3rd season, which is known as Gargoyles, the Goliath Chronicles, where later you meet Goliath's daughter. You can watch Gargoyles, the original cartoon, all 3 seasons on Disney+. All right? Now, enough fanboying. Because I love Gargoyles. Yeah, let me show y'all. I love Gargoyles. All right. I love Gargoyles. All right. I don't got them all yet, but just showing you some things. I love Gargoyles. So hear me out. Now, the reason why I'm concerned, James Wan is the director who is going to be doing this project. Now, I'm concerned with the fact that, don't get me wrong, he gave us Insidious. He gave us Annabelle Creation, The Nun. That was all right. That was a good horror flick. Now, will he bring that horror aspect to a Disney Plus streaming show? Hopefully it'll be dark like it's supposed to be, Hopefully Disney won't make no crazy changes or, like they've done with most of the, cartoon to live action reboots. Come on now. We're going to be honest. It's been a lot more misses than it has been hits. Yeah, you have The Little Mermaid, which is all right. I'm still not, keen on Jungle Book. But, lo and behold, I have a little bit of faith. I'm hoping that they stick true with the continuity. They don't mess it up too much, there's a lot of continuity to follow. Not only did Gargoyles have 3 seasons, but after the 3 seasons, they had a little comic book series that kept on the lore. Now, there was a live action movie that was supposed to come out, but it never happened. It was supposed to come out it was talked about around 2010s, around the early 2010s, but never happened. So let's just see, let's just hope. I will be following up on this, when new news comes out. Fingers crossed. I don't think you understand the repercussions. But again, I'm going into it with minds open. My expectations, I'm going to be honest with you, again, with the live action, cartoon from live action with Disney, it's been more missed than hit. Hoping they do something great with it. Tell us what you think about this reboot that's coming out. If your concerns, tell us, if you feel as though it's going to be a good one. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. I'm Unlimited Max. Holla at your boys. Deuces.